Howdy folks, Texas Grebner here with Texas Grebner Outdoors. New videos every Saturday, so if you don't want to miss out on your Texas Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, make sure to click subscribe and check my channel every Saturday for new videos. I love reading your comments, and today we're going to be talking about some of my gear for the Train to Hunt Challenge. I've got $100 down in my entry fee, so as nervous as I am, I'm doing it. You might be wondering about why I'm out here on this patch of country road trying to get hit by a car. The fact is, I don't really have a cheering section when it comes to fitness. I'm very new at this whole hunter-athlete deal. As much as I admire it, I'm pretty much a lone wolf. So from where I'm parked at, go up the hill. Up that hill, there's a straightaway. Once I get to the county line sign, I cut across the side of the road, come back down that hill. Come back down this side of this road here. Go up that hill, up over there. Once I get up to the top of the hill, there's a straightaway, and then there's a T stop sign. Cut across the road there, come back down the hill, all the way along this stretch of road here. Cross the bridge to where I'm parked at, and that's basically a country mile, meaning it's a mile that ain't run on a track. It's basically a country mile plus 100 yards or so. So I don't have the money to be driving to the local town with a high school in it to actually be training on a track, and I figure I ain't gonna be running the Train to Hunt Challenge on a track, so I've got this bacon asphalt here.
So we're going to start by making a little chart so everyone understands what's going on, how these things break down, how the events work a little bit. You got your 3D shooting, Hunter's 3D course. There are going to be a lot of unknown distances. This is where you've got your kneeling shots, your walking up shots, your 2 arrows in 10 seconds. Got your meat pack. £100, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles for men's open. Scales down from there. Your challenge course. It's your second day. And it's your shooting. You have a rangefinder for those shots. But you're going to get time deductions for good shots and penalized for bad shots. So that's an important concept to keep in mind, because a lot of guys can make up or lose ground on those shots. You're also going to see about 5 or 6 physical challenges of a variety.
But we're going to be talking about gear today. And if you're interested in the Train to Hunt Challenge, to be totally honest with you, it seems completely ludicrous, okay? But then again, people always say when you're into fitness, what, are you insecure? You think you got something to prove? You're goddamn right I do. Because if you don't have something to prove, if you aren't insecure and you're perfectly fine with everything just the way it is, you don't have any motivation to better yourself. But, off the soapbox, people always talk about how you got a chip on your shoulder. I'm like, no, I got the whole damn tree of my shame on my shoulder, dragging it behind me. Gear isn't everything, but gear can make a hell of a difference in making sure that you don't hate life when you're training. These are Solomon Quests, Iguana Gore-Tex. They're a pretty looking boot, they look badass, but if you look a little closer, they've got a really stiff mountaineering sole in them, and they've got a flared out heel to make sure that you absorb a lot of shock or dissipate a lot of shock when you're actually carrying a lot of weight. While I'm at it, they also conform here at the arch of the foot And to even more hedge my bets against injury when I'm running with weight, I'm using a Dr. Scholl Sports Series or Active Series sole in them that's got a rigid arch, a heel pad, and a pad for the ball of your foot. So those are my running boots. Basically, they're built like a high-top tennis shoe, but a lot more badass and actually a lot more expensive. You can look at paying about $275 for a pair of those if you're lucky. The next thing is I'm shooting in the traditional archery bracket for the Train to Hunt Challenge. So of course, Martin Locust takedown recurve. I've got this homemade pack quiver here that's basically a Condor shotgun scabbard, and I've got some quiver fingers here that I can lock my arrows into so that they don't fly out when I'm doing burpees on the course. And I've also got it mounted on a Slumberjack Bounty 450 or 4500. This has good padded shoulder straps. It's got a metal frame suspension in it here, lumbar pad down here. Obviously it's got a sternum strap, and it's got load lifters. A good pack in this, as you would imagine, will go a long way toward making sure that you aren't hating life. Because the most important part in training is not getting hurt. You can't move forward if you're standing still. And if you aren't moving forward, you're not standing still, you're walking backwards. So, if you're interested in the Train to Hunt Challenge, that's what gear I'm using. I'm going to be in the traditional bracket for the national qualifier. They've got my money. The least I can do is show up. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope this is helpful. And I hope to see you maybe sometime at a Train to Hunt national qualifier. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. This got my friends over at SOETacticalgear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Texas Grebner Outdoors. I got to get my shorts on and get my quests laced up. I got a ruck run ahead of me.